So do you want to save big on your business costs? Well, let's compare using Alibaba and 168 prices. Going direct to the source in China can slash your costs up to 60%, but be aware that there are some downsides too. And if you're the kind of person that wants to maximize their profits when you're sourcing from China, going direct to the supplier, consider subscribing for more tips. The first benefit of going direct to the supplier is pricing. By sourcing directly from Chinese suppliers on platforms like 168, you can cut down on 10 to 60% of the cost compared to international platforms like Alibaba. Now, I need to be very clear to this. This isn't the case for every single product. It depends on the product niche, the market prices, and the fluctuation in the tech and everything else involved with the certifications. But for the most part, if you do deep analysis, you can find the same exact product, the same specs for about 10 to 60% cheaper that can help you with your bottom line. Don't believe me? Let's go into an example. So I'm going to pick a random product on Alibaba. Right now I'm on Alibaba. I'm going to search for a gaming chair. This one looks nice. Let's just see if I can save this image. Nope. So I'm just going to use the snippet tool and I'm going to get this image, save it, gaming chair. I have the chair saved and you can notice already on the spot, whoa, 100 pieces MOQ. Yeah, no one's going to be taking that big of a risk to buy 100 up front just to get their business started. So yep, that's already a sign right there that it's better going directly to the source. So can we find this chair in 168? Well, it's a good thing we have reverse image search. So I'm going to look for the gaming chair and let's see what it gives me. Drum roll, please. Okay, there are similar options. There are ways to know if it's the exact same supplier, but in this example, I'm not going to go into detail with that. So we're going to get something that's as close as what is laid out on the picture. So I'm going to go with this one. Okay, so it looks like it's almost the exact same chair, right? Let's see. This one, it looks the exact same, right? Now, I don't know if it's the exact same. I can't verify that at this moment, but let's just look at the pricing. So $37 for 100 pieces. What's this? I know you probably can't read Chinese, but this only requires one MOQ for one piece. And it starts at 179 RMB. Let's see, I pick 179 RMB right here. I want one of these. Boom, I can pay for it right there. So how much is 179 RMB? Let's say, well, let's see, 179 Chinese yuan to, so here the price says 179 RMB. So how much is that in dollars? You can just Google it. $25 for the exact same product, and you just need to buy one. You don't need to buy 100. So you kind of see a difference here, right? I just randomly picked a product for a gaming chair. So this is applicable to a lot of products. Now I do have to be very clear. Sometimes it includes the shipping. So it says the shipping total, ocean, like that is sea freight. That's not even like by air. It's crazy amount of time. Look at this, August 12th. And the time I'm filming this video is the end of May. That is a ridiculous amount of time. So you're also getting hit on the shipping rates here for 100 pieces. But if you have a freight forwarder, you can not only buy it for almost a third of the price, but if you have a freight forwarder, you can go ahead, ship it to the freight forwarder, and they can ship it for you. Now, sometimes, I need to be clear on this, Alibaba has better shipping rates than your freight forwarder. And why is that? Because they have those relationships with the freight forwarders, or they have some juicy contracts like the same ones that Amazon would get or Wish, you know, the ones that have super high volume that you just can't compete. So even though you may find the product cheaper on 168, it doesn't mean that the total cost is cheaper. So if you add the shipping and the product together, it may be cheaper on Alibaba versus 168 than if you add the product cost and the shipping with your own freight forwarder. But again, that is a case-by-case basis. And from my experience, if you're already working with a freight forwarder that already has high volume and those good deals already, maybe not the exact same as Alibaba, you still save tons on your business. The second benefit I want to talk about when it comes directly sourcing from China is speed. What do I mean by speed? No, I don't mean the speed by them shipping the product, although you can filter factories to ship it within 48 hours that you receive the order. That is possible. So if you go to Alibaba, yes, they have a chat, and yes, they offer English. That's good, right? They offer multiple languages. But if you're spoiled like me in China, you go to the 24-hour, you can actually filter suppliers by 24-hour service, and then you can ask them about the product here. So you go here, you go to the little blue man of the product, and then it will take you to a chat here. Then you can just have a direct conversation with a supplier. And typically, if they're a good supplier and they say they respond quickly, which you can tell based on some of the filters, like up here, and this is just from experience, you'll eventually learn this if you practice enough. It says has 24-hour service 7 days a week. They'll be able to help you with your order that you placed, or you can ask them about customization, go deeper into the product. Like if you want a blue or a purple chair instead of like the stock red chair, you can have that conversation with them immediately. You don't gotta wait for email 2 days later. Oh, this is what the supplier said. Let me tell you a little secret. A lot of these suppliers on Alibaba, they're actually just trading companies. They're not the actual factory. So they need time to communicate directly with a supplier, because the supplier usually doesn't have, unless they have an international presence, they usually don't have English customer service if they're just focused on the domestic market. Whereas when you're using 168 directly talking to the supplier, that you know you're talking directly to the supplier. The only downside is that you got to type in Chinese. You can try and type in English, but they're going to be like, "看不懂." Like, I cannot see, I do not understand what you're writing. I can't read that. So you're going to need to use like Google Translate or something to communicate with them. But the point is, the speed at which they provide the service is very quick, and it's actually gotten me spoiled in China on the speed that I usually receive in the US when I talk to like people on Amazon or other shipping companies. Now, a third benefit, and although this could be a double-edged sword about going directly to the source in China, are payments. Paying locals in their preferred currency, usually using their payment gateways like Alipay and WeChat, shows that you're serious about business and you're not all talk. Now, this can encourage suppliers to take more risk with you, knowing that you can pay them quickly and on the spot for an order if you're actually serious about this. This can be a double-edged sword, because if you don't know what you're doing with the payment systems and you don't know how to pay them directly in Chinese yuan, then it can create problems like you can get scammed, or you may not be able to get the money to them. A lot of these suppliers, when you go directly to the source, don't like receiving USD, because when they receive USD, then they got to put a lot of paperwork to the bank to be able to convert that to Chinese yuan, and they also get charged fees on that. So they prefer getting paid directly in Chinese yuan to maintain their profits. When you have access to being able to pay them directly in Chinese yuan, that's really attractive to them, and you can get the order done very quickly. Note that while you're learning or considering going direct to the supplier and you are still having issues with the language barrier, payments, payment processors, etc., we do have a website that you can sign up for free, and you can actually type in any product link on these websites that I just showed you, like 1688, and you can make the purchase there directly without needing all that nonsense of an Alipay with a bank account and a passport and etc. So I already talked about some good things about going directly to the supplier for your business to save on your profits, but there are also some downsides that you should be aware of. Let's talk about the first one, the language. Not only the language barrier communicating with them on the platform, but the user interface of using 1688 and these local sourcing platforms. A lot of these suppliers, especially when you come to customizing products, can be tricky if you don't know how to clearly explain it in their local language in Chinese market. So if you don't specify any changes that need to be made, everything will come in Chinese. If you buy, let's say, a new laptop or a new pad or a new like Xiaomi pad or etc., if you don't tell a supplier, I need the charger to be able to be plugged into a charger in Europe or the USA, because the plugs in China are different than they are in a lot of the world. If you don't tell them that, you're going to get the Chinese one. So that's already going to be a bad experience. Two, if you don't tell them that you want the language of a device to be in English or your local language, if they have it, doesn't mean they will, but if they have it, you're going to have issues when you turn on the device and you're like, whoa, what is this? The user manual is all in Chinese and you don't know what to do. So that's also what I mean by the language difference. These platforms are meant for Chinese locals inside mainland China. So just be careful by doing a little bit of research and talking to the supplier directly about your requirements before you're making this purchase, especially if these products are leaving China. A second downside I want to mention is scam protection. Alibaba has trade assurance, AliExpress, they have clear return policies. But if you don't know the policies of how it's done inside mainland China, because the rules in mainland China are different than they are worldwide, you are in high risk of getting scammed if you don't know what you're doing. For example, on Taobao, there are a lot of products and suppliers that provide a 7-day no questions asked return. But if you don't take advantage of those 7 days and the 7 days has passed, then you're in trouble when it comes to the time where you receive the product and it's not the product that you were hoping for. There was one person that took a risk on a huge container and they were expecting to get Easter decorations, but the container ended up having Christmas decorations, which is clearly out of the season. And they only found this out when they opened the container in their home country. Way too late. way too late. So if you don't know about how to protect yourself from scams or to have some kind of a middle inspection agency or someone inspecting the products to make sure it's good and to deal with any returns, you are at risk of getting scammed, and we don't want that happening to you. So I just want to make that clear. There are downsides of going directly to the supplier if you don't know what you're doing. Now, if you learned something from this video, please give it a like. And if you want to know in detail about how to use 1688 from scratch that I didn't mention in this video, I highly consider you watch this video right here.